on in, folks, because I've got a sale price on our Teeter FitSpine. Check out this video, and we're back with a price that expires very soon.
Physically, mentally, and emotionally, I was totally a grumpy old man. If it wasn't for the Teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. He gave me back my life, and it put the smile back on my face. If I was face to face with Roger Teeter, I would cry like a baby, because what he gave me was my life back. And I thank him. I thank him for that.
You can just tell me in person.
Oh, God.
If you have ever felt back pain, and I don't just mean that, something going on, but the kind of back pain that interrupts your everyday life, if you've experienced that, you will understand why the gentleman in that video was crying with joy when he met Roger Teeter. This, what I'm tilting back on right now, is so much more than just a fun way to hang out, pun intended, for 3 to 5 minutes every day. It is an FDA-registered Class 1 medical device that, literally by just relaxing within, gives you temporary relief of, like I said, not just the a little twingy today, although it helps with that, back pain, muscle tension and spasm, herniated disc, these are serious conditions, sciatica, degenerative disc disease, spinal joint disease, spinal stenosis, spinal curvature, facet syndrome. In other words, folks, it works. I say this frequently whenever I use this phrase. It is not one that I use commonly on the air, because to do so depreciates its value, right? And it becomes excessive hyperbole. There are not a lot of products that can literally change your life, right? Jewelry, makeup, clothing, it's all fun. What changes your life? The removal of pain. And that's what we're talking about in our Teeter FitSpine. Now, I want to set up for you exactly what our offer is today, because even though 2.5 million inversion tables have sold globally, and 50,000 of this model alone, we have a sale price unlike any I have ever seen. But it expires at the end of the weekend. You are saving over $119 by picking up the FitSpine today, and free shipping and handling, it's not the tiniest of boxes, means you're saving $43 with that free shipping and handling as well. Now, if you are shopping with any credit or debit card or PayPal today, we're going to spread this out for you over 4 months' time. And of course, if you shop with your Q card, you have options. You can shop with 6 easy monthly payments, or we are making 9-month special financing available for you right now. So if you pick it up today, spread that cost over 9 months' time. And keep in mind, of course, you've got 30 days to either love it or return it. It is F13701. Also, please check out the ratings at QVC.com, because we're going to make a lot of claims in this next hour, and they all address how you feel, your flexibility, your energy. Basically, are you relieved of your back pain on a day-to-day basis? It is customer top rated. So read some of those reviews at the bottom of your screen and check them out at QVC.com. It was invented over 40 years ago by a gentleman who came to the idea out of his own back pain, his own suffering. His name is Roger Teeter, and I know this is about to be really hard for you to believe when you see him on your screen. This gentleman is in his 80s, and he's given us clearance to state that. Please look at this gentleman and what he is doing right now. But he's doing so much more than hanging upside down. He is taking good care of his health and his back. Roger, it's so good to see you, honey. How are you?
I am great and happy to be here. You know, that is so true. I wrecked my back, Jennifer, 40 years ago, and in fact, 45 years ago. And when I say wreck, I mean on worst days, I couldn't even get out of bed. I had to crawl, hands and knees, into the shower to get hot water on my back just to be able to stand up. I tried everything to get relief because it was my job, which I loved, and I kept persisting. I thought I could tough it through, typical man, right? No, I just kept, the injury stayed with me and complicated every part of my life for 5 years until I found inversion. The relief I got the first time I inverted was, it was temporary, but it lasted longer, and it was more effective than anything else I tried. And by doing it on a regular basis, I've been virtually pain-free for like 40 years now.
Did you hear that?
That first time it was inversion boot. Remember, hang upside down completely. I even had to have help to get upside down. And I thought, as an engineer, I can design a more user-friendly, a safer, inversion device that doesn't even need to go to full inversion to get all the benefits.
Well, and that's one of many questions that we're going to address throughout this hour. You do not have to go completely upside down. Just a 20% incline is going to give you that temporary relief. You'll feel a difference. But actually, even more important than anything I could say, or even Roger Teeter himself could say, is what you can say. If you own one of the Teeter devices and are seeing those benefits, please, please call me at 1-800-395-1601, because by doing so, you're not just chatting with Roger and myself, but you're helping potentially tens of thousands of people who every day are facing that discomfort and that pain, and can help to give them relief by telling your own story as well. So, Roger, I know that I briefly showed that chart on the screen, that list of those kind of ailments that it can temporary relief, but as you, the expert, I'd love for you to kind of address that more in depth, if you don't mind. We're going to show that on our screen here.
Right, this is FDA cleared as a class 1 medical device, and FDA said Teeter is indicated for these 10 common causes of back pain, and some of them very, very serious. You know, sciatica, that's a pinched nerve. That's pain down your leg or down your arm. And spinal degenerative joint disease, that's the same as osteoarthritis, by the way. Herniated disc, spinal stenosis, Facet syndrome. You know, and all of those 10 different things are caused by different misalignments and what have you, yet Teeter deals with all of 10 of those because it gives back pain relief 4 different ways. The first thing you're going to notice as you relax is all those stressed out shoulder muscles, those tense muscles, all the shoulder, not just the shoulder, but the entire muscles and all the back. As they relax, you will elongate. Look at that spine straightening out. You're lengthening 1 to 2 inches. That's a real number. Look at that. Joints opening up. You have a pinched nerve, herniated disc, degenerative joint disease. Take the pressure off. And the fourth way that it gives relief is it encourages those discs to rehydrate, to pick up the moisture that they've lost during the day, and therefore have more clearance for the nerves that come out on either side of the disc.
Because what most people may not realize is that, because you were talking about hydrating the disc, that they don't realize that that doesn't have its own blood supply. There's no way really, other than relieving that pressure, for it to rehydrate and kind of bounce back to life, right? And that's why for all the stretches that I can do on the floor or bending over, this pretty much is the only way for me to give that room and that hydration that my back needs.
Boy, you are right on, Jennifer. You know, virtually every activity, whether it's aerobic, anaerobic, sport, yoga, Pilates, even yoga headstand, they're all compressive. They actually drive moisture out of those discs. The only way those discs can absorb moisture, and again, as you said, they have no blood supply, they're avascular, so their nutrition is totally dependent on absorbing moisture from surrounding tissue, and that can only happen when they're at low pressure. And with the Teeter, and you invert, you can decompress and take the joints to at or near zero, and that's why only 3 to 5 minutes a day is so effective in helping those discs to rehydrate, realign, become more supple and less prone to injury.
And this is something, Roger, that I know a lot of people, as they watch, or maybe they're seeing this for the first time, it might almost be hard for them to believe that something that does not require the intake of anything or visit to any office or even altering the lifestyle that you are currently living right now can make such a profound difference. I do actually think if we could go to Dr. Long's video, I think that would be good to kind of set this up. And when we come out of this testimonial from Dr. Long, a neurosurgeon, we're actually going to tour this as well and talk about how sturdy it is and give you kind of peace of mind regardless of your weight, your height. We'll talk about that in a second, but check out this testimonial from, of course, a medical doctor.
For the past 53 years, I've been a neurosurgeon with a major interest in chronic pain and dealing with many patients with back pain. Most patients tell me if they use their Teeter inversion table on a regular basis, they simply feel much better. No one has to do anything to you, and I think it's a very natural way to deal with the problem.
I didn't even realize that he said that in the video, but I kind of set that up. Nobody has to do anything to you. Isn't that amazing? You set the schedule. You decide when you want to relax. You will find, even though it's 3 to 5 minutes, that you probably will find yourself in here longer and more frequently than those 3 to 5 minutes because it's in your home and you have access to it all the time. So Roger, what I'd love to do, kind of you and I together, because this is different than when we're in the studio together, but let's give everybody a tour of what this is, because I know we said it's an FDA Class 1 registered medical device, and that's a huge statement to make. But the testing on this, the construction of it, how sturdy it is, and the capacity for weight and height it's able to take, I think is significant for us to share with her.
It is UL safety certified, and Underwriters Laboratory wrote a very tough specification, and Teeter is the only brand that meets it, because it all of these operating devices, that easy reach handle, the foot security pads, all of those things are tested for 30,000 cycles. That is a requirement for the UL safety certification. First step is you set your height. It's adjustable from 4'8" to 6'6", and you want to adjust it so that the last number that you can see right at the top there would be your height. All right, that's the first step. The second, that preset angle strap. You want to stop the table at an angle you're comfortable with. Yes, so that snaps to the back, and then the table can rotate to wherever you have adjusted the strap to stop. It's color-coded. For example, that green marker, that would stop you at 25 degrees, and the orange and the red progressively, but you can also stop it at absolutely any angle. And I do want you to use that because it's very important that you relax, and you don't want to go beyond an angle that you can just let it all go. So pick an angle you're comfortable with. And the third thing you do is clamp your ankles, of course, and then just lean back and relax.
Yes, and you've even got lumbar support with this insert right here. These little nodes, and these are all upgrades, by the way, are acupressure nodes. So you can adjust those to exactly where you want to give a little bit of extra relief to tight muscles to help loosen those up. And then up here is your super cushiony pillow, and the entire unit itself is flexible, not rigid, right? And in addition, I love these handles right here, Roger, of course, just to give us like something to hold on to and extra stability and security, but also when you push down on those, you're giving your back and your spine additional stretching as well. It is tested for far higher than the weight that is listed, which means you can get into it comfortably, securely, and knowing that you're going to be safe the entire time. Now I'm going to get into this so I can open this up. And then, whoop, there we go. What you're going to do is step into it. And these are cushions, so it's super, super soft. You're going to press down on this handle, and when you do, it locks in to hold you into place. And then from there, all you do is lay back and relax and give your back that stretch and that relief it needs. We say 3 to 5 minutes, Roger, but I hope it's okay. I often find myself in here a lot longer.
Well, I think you want to just pick an angle and a time that you're comfortable with. Listening to your body is really the best answer. The reason we say 3 to 5 minutes is that when you take your disc to at or near zero pressure, the rate of hydration is so much faster than lying in bed. You know, when you're lying in bed, the pressure in your back is still 25% of standing body weight because of the ligaments and muscles that encase the spine. We're going to get into that with Dr. Nackimson in the study later on. But Teeter allows you to take the disc to at or near zero pressure, and that's when the hydration is faster, the rejuvenation of the disc, the realignment, you got a pinched nerve, sciatica, herniated disc, degenerative joint disease, osteoarthritis. Take the pressure off. Yeah. Less pressure is less pain. It's just totally common sense and so easy.
I will reference this, Roger, and I've said this in your shows before, because I'll never forget seeing this sign in a chiropractor's office somewhere, and I wish I knew whom to credit with this quote, but it said, 5 dangerous words. Maybe it will go away. And I thought, it's so true. If you wake up every morning and your back is stiff, it's aching, you have any of the concerns that we've listed on your screen, and you think, maybe tomorrow it'll feel better, right? Maybe if I just relax today, it'll feel better. Take good care of yourself and follow your doctor's orders, of course. But if you have any of the symptoms that are listed here, this is proven to provide temporary relief to back pain, tension, spasm, herniated disc, sciatica. You see all the listings right there. And that's not just us kind of saying it. Right there at the bottom. It's teeny tiny print, but it's important. FDA registered Class 1 medical device. Now, those words often precede a very, very high price tag, right? And I think that it would warrant a high price tag. And I know a lot of us, having suffered from back pain, would say, if I